All right. Happy Friday, everybody. Another beautiful day here in San Diego. We are LEARNin San Diego Live, and we have a very special guest today to talk about Chula Vista. My name is Chris Astelero with Exchange Resources.
I'm Nicole Turner from Cell State Next Gen Realty. We're diving deep into the South Bay. Welcome to LEARNin San Diego Live.
All right, everybody, to the show. Another great Friday here in San Diego. Land of paradise, land of sunshine, and land of our talented experts in real estate. Thank you all for being a part of the show today.
You're welcome.
Great to be here.
Yes, I'm super excited, guys. We have a great show today. But before we get started, let's go ahead and dive into it with our LEARNin Local news.
Hello, my name is Harry Dennis. I am the independent mortgage broker, loan guru. And before we get into the news, let's thank our sponsor.
Located in Rancho Bernardo, we've been around for over 26 years and we've done over 60,000 tax deferred exchanges. If you don't do a 1031 tax deferred exchange, you could be faced with about 30 to 40% in taxes, right? Wouldn't you rather roll that over to the next property so that you can buy more with it? Well, we're here to give you your options. Let's talk.
Wow, that guy does look familiar. Anyway, so we're talking about the news today, and we're going to go over this article. This is a nationwide average now, so just hold on with me. Average mortgage payments hit record highs, over $2,000. And again, we're talking about San Diego here, so obviously that is just a drop in the bucket compared to where we live. But we can take this as a big picture, as a whole, for where San Diego is, as we know, with the rising prices and the market and the rates being very volatile, especially before Iran, where the rates came down quite a bit, and now they're back up. But you know, we're gonna get some banter here and get some feedback on how we can overcome some of this. What do you think?
I don't know. I see the biggest thing in this article that caught my attention was that 44% appreciation since 2021. 5 years later, we are still holding tight, lowest defaults in history. I'm just sitting here wondering where we're going to go next, and I see up. I don't see down. It'll be interesting to see how 2026 continues to play out.
Chris, go ahead.
For a lot of first-time home buyers who want to purchase properties, because of the high prices, and still the rates are roughly around 6 to 6.5%. Would you say, Harry? Right around there, right? There's still, it's so hard to afford a mortgage payment. I mean, for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo, you're looking at about $500,000 to $600,000. And then the mortgage payments are roughly about around $5,000 a month, including HOAs and whatnot. So it's still a little high. They're being priced out of the market. And so what they're doing now is they're getting help from their family members to co-sign for the loan or get additional down payment assistance from them so that they can actually buy. So, for a lot of first-time home buyers who don't make a move right now, they're going to be priced out of the market and they're going to be renting for the next few years if they don't get involved and get pre-approved.
Absolutely. Good points, Chris.
Yeah, these are all good points. And I think now especially is a time where, if you are thinking about buying, we want to have that conversation and try to see about a buy down option, getting those rates down so that monthly payment is more palatable for you as we go into the future. But yeah, I mean, if you look at the market, despite the unaffordability with interest rates right now, if you're looking around town in San Diego, over the last 30 days, things are moving and about 60%. That means 60% of the active listings are either pending or have sold in the last 30 days, just all around town. That's kind of where it is. So this is not slowing down our market here in San Diego.
You're on mute, Tracy.
It's Friday.
There you go.
Sorry. Well, there
Tracy.
were ambulances and it was noisy here, so I thought I better put myself on mute. Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. I am here for you. Tracy Hassey. I am a super connector with Tycor Escrow Services. And yeah, this article is really interesting. I mean, when I saw $2,000 per month, I thought that's hilarious because that just really doesn't happen here in San Diego. But what we're really looking at, and I took some notes, this isn't just about a housing affordability story. This is a wealth access story, right? Because real estate is wealth and building wealth. And in markets like San Diego, the professionals who can navigate, structure, and protect these deals are really the ones who will win. And that's why we have the experts on this show for everybody listening to really tap into us. We're here for you because precision matters more than ever. Tight deals means there's zero room for errors in closing that escrow. We have creative deal structuring is happening, whether it's rate buy downs, concessions, timelines, and security. Trust is critical because the fraudsters are getting smarter. So that means we have to get smarter. So larger financial stretch for people, which means higher emotional stakes. So bottom line, we've got the experts here that can help you navigate these kind of crazy waters, these crazy times, and bring those dreams to fruition.
Absolutely. Well, thank you all so much for your take on what's going on. And people want to know because there's a lot of fake news out there. And by going over some of these things that are going on, people are now in the know with experts such as yourselves, knowledgeable. They need to reach out to you so that they can go ahead and find out what their options are before it's too late, before the prices are so high that they can't even get in the market. Because statistically, in San Diego, the property doubles in value every 15 years, right? So will their kids be able to afford properties at that time? We don't know, but they better make a move as soon as possible. So thank you all so much for your feedback. Let's get into the next segment of our show and move on into our What is LEARNin Local Live? So LEARNin Local Live is a live podcast where we highlight our subject market educators. We bring them here live so that they can guide you through the sales process. We go over deals, we go over events, we go over off-market deals as well, and then we provide you with events that you can actually go to so that you can reach out to some of these educators who can help you with building your ADU, getting financing for your home. If you're doing a flip, these are all opportunities for you to get educated so that you're in the know before you make that decision in real estate. And what do? We educate, we empower, and we inspire you to go out and become a part of our community so that we can help you through this market, through the sales process, through getting your first investment property. And how do we do this? We connect, we collaborate, and we create content with all of our subject market educators who are experts in the field. So that's what we do. We're here to help you. And it's so good to see everybody here smiling, happy, and ready to help you all. So with that in mind, let's get into the next segment of our show and meet our subject market educators. All right, and the reason why we bring our subject market educators is because they want to do. Buying real estate is very costly. To make the wrong decision, that can cost you thousands of dollars. So we are here, but before we get started and meet our LEARNin Local educators, let's thank our sponsor.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rafael Davis, aka the Black Belt Mortgage Pro. The Black Belt Mortgage Pro is here to help you in all your investment needs. All throughout the country, I'm able to get you an investment loan in 42 of the 50 states. That's what we're about. I primarily work with investors, and I found that investors, no matter what's happening in the market, whether it's up or down, investors are always looking for deals. If you need capital for your investment, I am the person to call. Reach out to me, contact me, and I'll have you covered. And just like my name, the Black Belt Mortgage Pro, I have to have an answer, just like a black belt in martial arts has to have an answer.
Thank you, Rafael Davis, Black Belt Mortgage Pro. It seems that our sponsorship videos keep getting better and better as we go on. I love it. I love it. Hey guys, how's everybody doing? These are our local subject market educators. I want to introduce Gabe, who's going to be one of our special guests. Gabe, you're on mute. Okay, perfect.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. I appreciate being on here. My name is Gabe Orozco. I am a San Diego native. I do real estate out here in the South Bay with Coldwell Banker West. But been at this almost 30 years, and I love it. I truly love what I do, and I love the passion that I just love it, man. Just totally love it.
That's fantastic.
That's me in a nutshell.
Yeah, thank you, Gabe. We're excited to dive into Chula Vista. That's going to be an amazing review of what's going on in that area. We've got Harry, Nicole, Eris, Tracy here, all subject market educators. How's everybody doing today? Great?
Awesome. Happy
Doing
Friday.
Another beautiful day here in San Diego. I mean, with all the different challenges that we're faced with high interest rates and, first-time buyers having a challenge of getting involved with houses, people are still buying. I mean, there's a lot of changes in their lives and, having more babies, getting a bigger family, job changes, divorces. I mean, that's still, keeping the market going.
Mm-hmm. The demand's out there. That's the definite.
Yeah.
Like Chris was saying, it's just you got the inventory picking up, but then our demand is just as strong, if not more. I mean, truly, I look at fourth and first quarter, you had 3,000 inventory. It was a sweet spot for sellers. And if you didn't know someone like us, you missed it. Truly, going back in right now, I'm at about 5,200 here in San Diego County. That's not a lot for a 4 million population.
That's great points. And I'm seeing like boots on the ground by doing open houses over the weekend. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing just, 3-hour, 2 to 4 hour open houses and busy the whole time. I mean, there's just so much interest. We know affordability is tough out here. As Chris mentioned earlier, is, moving extra people in. Maybe people even rent rooms, maybe grandparents. People are wanting to get here. And we're seeing a lot of people now with everybody, a lot of people that can work remote. People are loving to come for the lifestyle of San Diego.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the one thing I hear over and over again, the rental market is so tough. So the rental market has gone up so much that people are looking at it as, why should I waste this when I can have this? And people that never tried before are now trying.
Mm-hmm.
So it's important to definitely get that path ahead of you for sure.
Well, and today's market really favors the educated buyers, right? And because they can get educated going on online, but by really connecting with an expert who's like all of us here, feet on the street, boots in the ground, having that strategic agent to guide them through the process and find the right property for what they're looking for. Because the pros here, they know the inventory, right? And most importantly, you got to have strong escrow, strong title, because the conversation and really to bring deals to fruition, it is considering everything. It's not just talking about the rate. It's how do we structure this deal to make it work for the best, to bring these, these aspirations to fruition of owning property, no matter where you are in the process.
Yeah, Tracy, those are great points too. What kind of Mr. Carl's Matt Aries said earlier on, the sticker shock or payment shock, maybe going from rent to owning with the programs that are out there with the 2-to-1 buy down and different, being creative, thinking outside the box with those programs to get you in the market. Because once it's so hard. It's the first thing if you can get yourself in the market to stay in this market, because we know it's just crazy here. And long-term real estate, Southern California lifestyle is only going to keep going up.
Very true.
Yeah. I mean, the velocity of the market to what you guys are saying right now, locally, in North County, it's moving. So in Carlsbad, we have a 73% rate of either accepted offers or sold homes in the last 30 days of the inventory that we have. So what does that mean? That means, to what Harry's saying, if we can get you a buy down, don't be afraid to overpay a little bit to get into the home on the purchase price, because by the time you close on it, it's already appreciated.
Yes.
It's already appreciated. And then, something else to onto that buy down lowers your monthly payment. If we can get you in there and then you make 6, 7, 8 months worth of payments, let's say interest rates come down, you refi, you got a lower rate and we lower your payment again. So it's a temporary solution to help, kind of bring some relief to that unaffordability situation. But that's just where we are right now. And locally, it's not going to be changing anytime soon.
No,
Yeah,
so
you can always refi the rate, but you can't refi the purchase price.
Right.
and having lots of years in real estate, a lot of us do here on the screen, the appreciation that we've watched in such short spurts that have happened, people that have bought in 2020, 1, 2, and even 3, scooping out crazy profits that truly, in my world, I've never seen it in history. I've been doing this for 20 years, right? And that's where we get excited about it, because it's like, oh my goodness, because real estate is future wealth.
Absolutely. Well, thank you all so much for your feedback today. It's so great to see our subject market educators. And this is the main reason why we have this show, is because we want our viewers to see that these are the experts that you really need to go reach out to so that you can make that purchase. Get into the bandwagon. Not every house is perfect, but if you can just get into that first piece of real estate, you're ahead of the game. So thank you all so much. With that in mind, let's dive into the next segment of our show and get into it with our LEARNin Local Insights.
We are diving deep into South Bay today, into Chula Vista, a beautiful place here in San Diego County. Before we get there, let's thank our local sponsor.
Protection that puts you first. Your home and your family deserve security, stability, and peace of mind. For every mile, every moment, every memory in motion. Because every drive deserves to get you home safely. Comprehensive solutions that safeguard your operations, assets, and future. Farmers Insurance, because your life deserves protection that truly matters.
Thank you again to Patrick and his team with Farmers Insurance. Always a great sponsor here. You guys, as we get into Chula Vista, look at it right on the map. I am down in the south part of San Diego County. Look how close I am to the water in Chula Vista. I love the ocean breezes in this area. It's a beautiful place to stay and play. And I look forward to talking to all of you guys more about Chula Vista. Gabe, I know you're there as the local expert with us today. Truly being there in that area, quality of life, let's talk about that.
Well, the quality of life in Chula Vista is outstanding. Like I said, I'm born and raised out here. It's just great schools, probably the number 1 or 2 schools in the district, in the area. I'm sorry. Coastal living, convenience. I mean, you're close to everything. Like you said, you're close to the water, close to downtown. You get to downtown in 10, 15 minutes. Family friendly. The lifestyle, there's a lot of outdoor stuff you can do. You can do hiking. You can do anything out here. The restaurant community is phenomenal and growing. It's and the diversified local identity is also phenomenal. You have from all walks of life come to the South Bay, come to Chula Vista, and I couldn't be any happier than talking about the Chula Vista community.
The communities out there, they stand out. They exude luxury to me. Beautiful for communities, for families, for not families, the beaches, we're inland, but they created these beaches there in their communities that are just amazing.
Very true. 100% correct.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. It really, truly, truly is amazing. And it's continuing to grow. It's just, I love it down here.
Yep.
I'm sure you would love it down here if you lived here.
Gabe, you're the expert in the South Bay area. What's your favorite couple things to do, maybe on that weekend with the family, or things that kind of just pique your interest?
Okay, well, I have 3 daughters, and they're all out of the house now, but they were raised down here. They went to Eastlake High and Olympian High School, and growing up, we would go to Otay Lakes, get rent one of the boats and then just go around the lake. There's a lot of hiking trails. There's a lot of stuff you can do. If you want to go to the beach, we're there in 10, 15 minutes. It's just so much to do. The schooling is amazing. The Eastlake schools that my kids went to, they were dual immersion schools, and they just grew. They grew from there, and then they learned quite a bit. They made really, really good relationships with their fellow students as growing up. All three of my daughters are still friends with their childhood friends.
Mhm.
It's just amazing. The community is very tight knit, extremely tight knit.
And I think that the Gaylord, it was one of the best things that they've ever done was to build that Gaylord resort and hotel. I've been there and it's absolutely amazing. Right across the street is the marina. There's a lot of great restaurants, a lot of bars, a lot of restaurants, a lot of things to do over there. It's sort of in its way to becoming a really great developmental area. A lot of construction is going to be going on, a lot of developments, which is great. It's going to be, building and making the community a lot better, for commercial purposes as well. And that's going to attract a lot more people, a lot more tourists. And it's just a great community.
One of the coolest parts I think of this area is let's look at those market trends, because talking quality of life, talking luxury, talking all of these community benefits, where does your market sit up there or down there?
There you go. The market trends out here are the average medium home is around 800, probably higher than that. The home value is about 840, maybe 850 or so. The year over year price change, maybe 2 to 4%. The average days on the market is I think it's anywhere between 20 to 30 days, but you mentioned, the average homes listed too is about 300 to 400, active listings. Inventory is about 1 month. The medium rent is $3,000 a month, and that's probably low. The average market comp is about the same, it's 780 to 800. It's continuing to go up. You mentioned luxury. Our luxury homes out here are anywhere from 1.5 to 3.5. There's I think one home sold out here for $3.75 million. So there's all walks through everything.
And I think one of the coolest things, the Mello-Roos used to be super prevalent in this area. And over time, it's diminished and continued to diminish, keeping that affordability factor even stronger.
Right.
So that's something that definitely is a huge positive in these communities. What do your HOAs sit around? What are your averages for HOAs in the area?
The average HOA, for a condo is probably be anywhere between 150 to maybe 280, 300, depending on the amenities. Especially in the new area, the Millennia area, there's probably a little bit higher there, but that's where all the new stuff is at. They even put a Lifetime gym out there, which those are super high end. It's like an Equinox type of a gym. It's very luxurious for a gym.
That's not
Gabe,
bad.
are you seeing any? I'm just curious because sometimes I know with this high interest rate market, we see sort of a difference between the single family real estate market and those HOA condo townhome markets. Are you seeing any major difference, or is that still moving pretty quickly as well?
It's still moving quickly. People at the beginning, it was with the interest rates and all that, and the prices continued to climb. It was sticker shock for maybe 6 months or maybe close to a year. But now I think people are getting used to it. And what they're looking for, just out here now, they're looking for a quality of life, a quality of life, somewhere that they can afford, and it's that's what they have down in the South Bay, and it's going to continue to go up, especially after Gaylord, put the resort out there, and they're going to continue to build. There's plans of a stadium being built down here. It's just and then where the Gaylord's at, Chris, you mentioned the restaurants. They're all top-notch restaurants. I've been to every single one of them. They're top-notch. and they're going to put where the bay's at. They're actually going to make it into a beach. Now, I don't know how they're going to do it with the water out there. Maybe put a water filtration or something. But it's some exciting stuff happening. It truly is.
I do have a question for you, because in my world, this is residential, very residential, and I'm more in city. So my guess is your insurance costs. You don't have any crazy going on there in Chula Vista. Can you give us some?
Yeah, there's no fires out here, not yet. No, I'm kidding. There's no fires, and no. I haven't had any issue at all with home insurances out here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Without being able to be insured. Yeah, no.
A lot of cities are going through that right now. Let's move on to the development. You touched on it a little bit. Economic development there in the area. We mentioned the Gaylord. I think we're going to show some slides right here. Where else do you see development happening in Chula Vista? And where do you think this is going to bring more impact?
Well, they're actually putting development literally right next to this, where the Gaylord Pacifica is at. If you're looking at the screen right there to your right, they're going to develop all that. They're going to put another, more hotels. They're going to put housing, condos, and they're just going to continue to build. And then a little bit south of that is where the projected plan is to put a stadium out there. And then that's on the west side. And if you go back to the east side, San Diego State is opening up a nursing program on the east side. So they're going to build a university out there for that. And it's just continuing. It's just really continuing to build. Yeah,
it's untapped territory that's finally getting tapped into.
Yeah, it truly is.
Truly.
Hey, Gabe, what type of developers are actually moving into the Chula Vista market? Do you see Toll Brothers, Lennar, some of these?
Yeah, Lennar's out here, Toll Brothers. I know when I first, back in 2003, I bought a home in the East Lake area, and it was Davidson Communities. And that's when Davidson and Pulte Homes came into the market. And people were like, wow, these guys are, and they're top-notch developers, and they're continuing to do that. Now they're moving into the East Lake area, the Proctor Valley area, which is further down East H. Those homes there, and the average home there is $2 million or up.
Wow. And
it's just continuing to go. And people are buying, believe it or not. I get it. It's expensive and stuff, but people are still buying.
Hey, Gabe, can you explain a little difference between East Lake, Chula Vista, and Bonita? Because a lot of people, from the financing side, the trend, I believe Bonita, and you're more the expert in this, doesn't have the HOAs with a little more property, but we're getting a lot of people from the coast now going down to Bonita.
Correct. Yeah, Bonita's is probably the first of the East Lake. All the bigger homes out there. You're talking 4,000 square foot homes on 2 acres of land. Where, I go out and to where Roar Park is at, and in Bonita, my wife and I walk around there, and we're walking with horses. These are people that have been in the community for quite a while. Trying to get an idea of what I can compare it to in the North County. Maybe it might come to me, but like I said, there's no HOA, there's no Melrose, there's tons of great restaurants. It's got its own sheriff's department there, so there's its own community. So they're not policed by the Chula Vista Police Department, and the schooling is very good. Actually, one of my oldest daughter went to Allen Elementary in that area. And that was, of course, 30 years ago.
Bonita, to me, I'm out here in Lakeside. So when I look at Bonita, I call it coastal country.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's beautiful. I love watching the cowboys go through there with their horses, being at the Sweetwater, the bike track. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I could probably even kind of say that because I was out in Rancho Santa Fe a few days ago, and it's kind of similar to that, but in a much smaller scale. Mm-hmm. Where you're driving out and your next door neighbor is quite a ways.
It's a whole different world.
Yeah, it is a whole different world. Uh-huh.
Well, aren't you loving watching 91910 and 91911 start to really? I see a lot of rehabs going on down there.
Yes,
I love watching the old school become beautiful.
Correct, and that's what the Gaylord development has done, and now they're continuing to expand. And I'm seeing a lot of homeowners are actually they're remodeling their homes, and bringing them up to speed. Like there's an area on the west side called Pepper Tree, and in Pepper Tree, that area, those homes are similar to Bonita. They were large homes, talking 35 to up to 5,000 square feet with a large lots, and that's on the west side, and that's continuing to go further west. So it's exciting. It really truly is exciting.
Well, I love seeing the community get better. I mean, in all parts of San Diego, there's just so many different, and I'm glad that we're able to regionalize and talk about different regions. That way our viewers get a chance to see where they fit, where they can afford it. But really quick question for you. Now that we see a lot more developments going on, economically with, these developers coming into Chula Vista, do you see a trend of more buyers looking to buy brand new construction homes versus homes that were built in the 60s, 70s, and 80s? Because I know that it's a little bit of an older community in a lot of parts of Chula Vista. Do you see a trend of more buyers going to these brand new construction homes and buying there instead of buying resale homes?
The younger buyer, yes, because they want the newer stuff. They want all the amenities. Like you mentioned Lennar, they've got an area where they have, 2 or 3 different clubhouses that you can use. So that's kind of where that set of group is more gearing towards. But the maybe more, I hate to use the word older. I like to use the word seasoned. The more seasoned person will gravitate to the older community because it's more established, and that's kind of where that group is going, at least in the South Bay.
Perfect. Well, thank you all so much for this, Gabe. This was great, talking about Chula Vista and all the opportunities that are out there. And that's why our viewers need to go and ask you more questions about it if they're interested in really looking at it from an investment perspective, or even buying their first home in Chula Vista. So thank you all for our panel of knowledgeable agents, loan brokers, and also just so super excited about what's going on there. So let's get into the next segment of our show and move into our LEARNin Local deals.
Hey everybody, once again, my name is Martin Magana with Oak Rock Realty, presenting you with the LEARNin Local deals. Before we get started with that segment, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Mr. Carlsbad. Thank you, Mr. Carlsbad, also aka the Carlsbad brothers, the Anaganos. So I know John's here today, but what an amazing commercial. We're just, like Chris was saying earlier, they're just getting better every week. But with that, let's hop right into our deal. With the Chula Vista theme, we will be staying in this area with a 91913 zip code. This property is a 4.2 with a 1,400 square foot footprint. There is a conversion of the garage right now that is waiting on the permitting. So that will make it a 5.3. It's sitting on a 7,300 square foot lot, 1972 build, so a little older. It's a primarily cosmetic flip, but you could do some light to medium rehab, especially with that garage conversion. With that garage conversion, though, the seller is expected to have permits ready and in place at time of close. So that could be a bit of a red flag for people purchasing a property that has an ADU conversion already, just to make sure that any conversions that have already started, you got to make sure they've been verified, they've been approved, because you could hop into a project and just get delayed because they did some unapproved work, especially if it wasn't up to code. And yeah, so junior ADU in the garage conversion, paid off solar with an assumable loan, and you're sitting on a cul-de-sac on top of a little bluff, so no visible neighbors behind you with a nice little view. There was some water damage at some point, but it has been allegedly remedied. But with that, verify all information, double check everything, and never take anything they tell you without verifying yourself. So,
What was that one listed for?
this one's sitting at 700K right now, but I think more realistically, it could go anywhere in the low sixes, especially with that ADU permature, because you have to really verify on how much of that has been said, how much of that we have to pay, and how much is actually approved and done correctly.
Martin, how much would the rents go for the main house and then the ADU?
In this area, I'm not too familiar with. I would actually ask you that, Gage or Gabe. That being said, I know this area is, like you were saying earlier, a prime location because you're so close to the ocean beach. You're right next to Tijuana. That's something you're like into. I know me personally, I'm always up and down in that area. But with the ADU, you should be expected to pay anywhere from 70 to 120K to finish it. But you can definitely get top market rents in that area because of the level of finish you're going to be receiving in that area.
That's correct.
Yeah, because I from a financing standpoint too, on that, we do the DSCR loans, the debt service coverage ratio as well, versus the investment properties too. It's a little easier maybe to qualify for, and less paperwork with a good financial institutional rates.
Very true. I mean, you had me at 5 bedrooms. I was watching them like, wait, 5 bedrooms?
Yeah.
And then I don't know if you guys saw it, but in that living room, you do have wood beams up there. Some terrible popcorn we've got to take away. But cleaning up those wood beams, I saw a lot of potential. And truly, the ADU in my world isn't necessarily like, let's throw it away. And sometimes it's even not a question of, yes, investigate totally. But a lot of times people will move in and they will literally rent the space and then try to figure out what they can do with it with the county. So yeah. I was going right along with you, Harry, on the dollars. You know, whether there's many ways that you can do that house, and you're so close to the ocean.
Yeah, that particular area, the home, you can that's square footage and rooms is probably anywhere between 3,500 to 3,800, and that's probably low because that area is called the College Estates. It's right in front of Southwestern College. And it's like right in the middle of Eastlake. It's one of the few that there is no HOA and no Melrose.
Nice.
And that area, that street, is the cul-de-sac. I'm familiar with it. It's very private. That's a smoking deal. Because across the street, across Rutgers, a property sold there last month for $1,090,000.
Yeah, and you can get financing on that, right? So even the people that transit back and forth through the border, you have so much demand in that area. There's no losing down there.
Yeah. And with a 9.5 up to 1 mil exit, you really want to match the area's finishes. So an investor who wants to kind of go in here and do a light rehab, not really put that much work into it, they're not going to see as much of a return on investment as someone who really like matches what that area, especially that College Estate area, with their finishes and all that. And obviously with a 72 build, like Nicole was saying, never scrape popcorn roofs unless you verify as investors. It's not worth it. And then obviously roof, electrical, all that needs to be verified because of the age. It's all original. So assume it will have to be replaced. So always over budget for all those little things. Never assume that they're good to go, especially if visually they look a little choppy.
I mean, if that's my listing, I'm going totally for that owner occupied buyer. There's so many things I can do with financing. And then even if I just did FHA, VA, I move in and I make some modifications to that house over the next year, I am sitting in an equity position next year.
Oh, 100%.
It's a guarantee, right? Yeah, Gabe knows. It's just like, we all know. I'm just looking at that thing like that is a good place to start in an owner occupied world.
Yeah, I think it's looking at the cash flow too as well. And then with that ADU, I'm seeing more, not just someone moving in there, but somebody using that as a small business space too, to generate revenue there. And you're getting the high rent on the ADU too as well to offset that mortgage payment too, if you're going to live in it as owner occupied, as you said.
Yeah, I see nothing but potential with this home. I mean, it's got a lot to offer, and the price point is very attractive. From the photos, it doesn't look like it needs too much, Martin, but you know, something that comes to mind with these kind of properties, you know, and I think something that doesn't get talked about a lot, especially for like those, again, first-time buyers trying to get into the market, is that FHA 203 loan, where you can actually, you know, get money up front with the loan to make the rehab and remodel, repairs, renovations that are needed on this home to bring it more up to date. So there is that 203 program. That's what that is for. And this looks like it'd be a great home to do that with. So you can actually build that into the loan, the cost of the rehab with that 203 program. And then, you know, by the time you close on it, it has to go through an approved contractor that's licensed to do the repairs, and they have to issue the quotes and stuff in there. But I mean, if you factor that into a home like this, by the time you close on it, get all those repairs done, you know, you're going to have a brand new house.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Honestly,
Well,
go ahead, Chris.
I love the lot size, and then the price. Martin, this house is not going to last very long. I mean, especially with that price point. I mean, in Chula Vista, and that's why we try to regionalize everything. That way we can kind of see what the prices are of these beautiful homes that, you know, these are like diamonds in the rough. You know what I mean? Once you shine it up and fix it up and remodel it, like Eric says, you have a brand new house. This is not going to last very long. The lot size is amazing, you know, over 7,000 square feet, and it just needs, you know, some TLC, you know, so I love it. I love these opportunities, and you know,
that is a diamond in the rough area. It truly is. You've got, like I said, you've got Southwestern College across the street. You have Bonita Vista High School across the street. You have restaurants, everything there. That's a diamond in the rough pocket.
Curb appeal is really good. Backyard would need a little bit of work, mainly in terms of like power washing and a bit of landscaping, but for the most part, it's pretty good. The fence looks good as well. And obviously just the footprint, like the high vaulted ceilings, the overall layout. If you really like get a theme going, get rid of all the flooring to make sure it all matches and just make everything flow. This deal could just be really, really hot once it's renovated. So super excited to get this one out here to you guys.
Perfect.
I'll be going out there after this meeting.
Yeah, Gabe, I like what you said too about location. As we know, that's number one in real estate. But also too, what you said, Martin, is, you know, that no HOAs, no mellow roofs in that Chula Vista location, as Gabe mentioned. I think you got a winner there.
You do.
Totally.
Perfect. Well, thank you all so much for your feedback on this amazing deal. And again, I want to remind our viewers, please, you know, send us your comments, ask questions throughout the show, reach out to our subject market educators. They're in the know. They're the experts out in the field who can get you and negotiate the best deal for you. So please reach out to them. But with that in mind, I'm super excited to move to the next segment of our show with our LEARNin Local events.
You're on mute.
Gosh, I did. Okay, here I am. Sorry, everybody. Great to see you here again. Tracy Hassey, Tycor Escrow Services, and I am the Queen of Events, Super Connector, here to share with you some LEARNin Local events that you're going to find us here on the show, hanging out, networking, connecting, collaborating, putting deals together. But before we do that, we want to thank our sponsor. So take it away.
Smart real estate investing starts with the right partner. At HLM Group LLC, we guide investors through every stage, from acquisition to full-service management. Whether short, mid, or long-term rentals, we transform properties into high-performing, fully booked spaces. Design, staging, leasing, hospitality. We don't just manage properties, we create experiences that feel like home. Because the best investments deliver more than returns. They become places where life happens and memories begin. HLM Group LLC, own the property. We'll craft the experience.
Thank you, Roger Lee, HLM Group LLC. So, hey, everybody, grab your pens, grab your paper. You want to take some notes because there's some incredible fun events happening in San Diego, and we're going to highlight a couple of those. So let's see what we got here. So Cell State, our fabulous, the one, the only, Nicole here on the show, as you can see right front and center. She's doing a Meet, Connect, and Grow Lakeside Real Estate Mixer, and that is today from 2 to 4 at her office in Lakeside at 9820 Main Avenue. If you can go, it's going to be a ton of fun to network, collaborate, and succeed, build relationships, explore opportunities, and elevate your business success. So thank you, Nicole, for hosting that. And then we have our Lifeline. This is our LEARNin Local Lifeline Challenge. And these are every Tuesday. You want to tune in to this channel, whether you're on LinkedIn, YouTube, or Facebook. And week number 3 is how to find the best deal buying real estate. Once again, how to find the best deal in buying real estate. And then week number 4 is how to analyze your real estate construction options. Smart analysis, strong decisions, maximum value. It's going to be epic. And week number 5, we're just rolling out the red carpet here. How to protect your investment and close your deal. It really is all about protecting your transaction, closing with confidence, and building your future. Week number 6, how to build your real estate empire via 1031 exchanges. And that is with our Chris Astolero, the king of 1031s, who's one of our key hosts on this show today and always. And then we've got our, oh my gosh, super excited for this, May 8th, next week. We have Bankers Hill, Allie Perkins of Oak Rock Realty. She's extraordinary. You are going to learn a ton on, once again, the real estate insights, deals, and events in real time from Allie. And looking forward to hearing from her. Chris Astolero is hosting with Erica Tralson and Burge, well, that name is a little bit of a tongue twister, a Rockellian, and it's going to be beyond the 1031 exchange, the secret weapon of top producing agents. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, May 11th, 12:30 to 2. Excited to attend that event myself. And then we've got the Real Estate Inner Circle. Well, where am I right now? I am on top of the world here at the University Club. Those views are real in that picture. And this is on a week and a half about away, May 13th, 11:30 to 1. Unlock the power of collaboration at the Real Estate Inner Circle. You are going to have a ton of fun. It's collaboration, it's connection, and really moving your business to that next level with the right people in the room. So we are here to connect, collaborate, and create dreams coming to reality and connecting you with the people that are going to help you do that. I'm just going to give you a sneak peek. Oh, I was going to give you a sneak peek of my background, but since I'm not there anymore. Okay. I don't know if you guys, it's hard to see probably.
Well, there it is.
Go.
Wow.
There we go. That's your view for the Real Estate Inner Circle.
That's great.
Thank you
so much, Tracy. And I think we've got some comments.
Awesome.
Those comments, Emerson. Well, before we move on, Ruben Austria would like to make a comment. Actually, no, he just wants to bring an emoji. We hope you're feeling better, Ruben. Hope you get well. He's asking Harry, your mortgage broker, how are you doing, brother?
Dude, living life. I'm in San Diego every day.
Miss Lakeside Nicole Turner, thank you for being the live today.
Hey, Ruben.
Get well soon, buddy.
Cadillac Chris, me, 1030 Machine, thanks for being on the live today. Of course, we are here to make this show amazing. Eris, happy Friday, brother.
It gets funny next. Ready? You missed it.
Every week. Thank you.
I love it.
Yes,
hey, what about me, Coach Rue?
What about Tracy?
Yeah, and Gabe too, man.
And Gabe. Well, I think he's
welcome.
Energy for your healing. We missed you.
You tend to do a few things, so hopefully his memory starts to get better and he gets better. You know, and we want to thank all of our realtors, brokers, escrow, and our wholesale realtors for being here. Thank you all so much. This was a great show today. We covered a lot of ground, and we just want to, what's one thing that we want to take away? What is one thing that we want to suggest to our investors and people who want to buy right now? Anyone right now? It's
AI is great, but you need brains to be able to help you create your biggest puzzle and your biggest purchase for the best return in the next 30 years of your life. Do not count on a computer. Count on always the hands and the feet that are in this industry. We are negotiating, we are conquering, and we are continue to bringing great success stories to people here in our county.
Absolutely. Gabe, what's your takeaway?
I couldn't agree with her more. AI, it's all, fine and dandy, but it's still a person-to-person business. AI cannot negotiate a deal with someone else the way I can. There's just no way.
Absolutely. Martin.
Uh-oh, you're on mute.
You're on mute.
You think I'd have it by now. When negotiating these deals, always verify all information from 1, 2, 3 sources, whatever it is, and just always double check, triple check your comps, your information, the age of everything, just every little bit of information. Make sure you know every single thing before spending this amount of money on any type of investment, a flip, rental property, whatever it is.
Harry Houdini.
All great points that have been made. I think too, it's it's the old-fashioned way, as Gabe said too, is location. Get out there and walk the properties and see. Get that curb appeal. Go in the morning, go at rush hour, go in the evening if you have time, because it's a big investment, and just check out that property. And then, as Nicole just said too, I use AI as a tool or resource to help me narrow down things as well to make good, prudent decisions.
Tracy Tycor, escrow.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. My whole philosophy in life is go big or stay home, right? And so really get out there, work with the experts. Yes, the stakes are high, but they're higher if you sit on the sidelines. So we've got the experts here. And when it comes to protecting your deal, Tycor Escrow Services, we're the leaders in the industry, and we have the experts closing your deals. So see you in escrow. Cheers.
Fantastic. Eris, last word, my friend.
Last word, great show today. I think there's a lot of opportunities, what we learned today in the South Bay, if you're looking to make a purchase or an investment in real estate. So definitely get out there. And to what everyone else is saying, absolutely. We all move money for a living. You're hiring any of these experts to safely guide you through a very complicated and risky transaction. So you want one of us on that fence. And hey, we're happy to help you guys up in the North County region, and make sure everybody has a great weekend out there.
Happy Friday.
Don't forget to join school.
Make sure you join school. This is our community. It's grown in leaps and bounds over the past year. As Martin knows, we've been here from the very beginning, and it's grown so much. And we've been able to attract a lot of talent, a lot of knowledge, a lot of expertise, as you can see from our panel. This was an amazing show. So please continue to help us grow our community and join school. And thank you again so much for watching. We'll see you at the next LEARNin Local Live.
Woohoo.